a week today, Liberate, the local charity that supports lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender and questioning people living in the Channel Islands, launches its first ever Rainbow Mufti Days to give islanders the opportunity to demonstrate their support for equality by adding a splash of colour to their winter wardrobes. Now, Sir Charles Frossard House and other states' buildings will be flying the rainbow flag on their flagpoles. In fact, it's believed to be the first time that a flag with a campaign message has been flown outside the state's buildings. And there are some state employees who feel a bit uncomfortable about supporting what could be seen as a political movement. I should say we should contacted Sir Charles Frossard House to find out how the flags are selected and whether there's a diary of flags going up and what have you. Sadly, no one was available to tell us how they decide. However, I'm joined in the studio by Liberate's chair, that's Martin Gavet, and Ellie Jones, who's the vice chair, to find out a bit more about next week. Morning to you both.
Good morning, Jim.
Thank you for coming in. Martin, if I can start for you, why are you holding this Rainbow Day?
Basically, it's for awareness, to actually send out a message about equality and acceptance of equality within our community. I understand the issue that some people might have in terms of maybe regarding it as a political statement. All I can say, it's not what we are trying to promote as a message which transcends politics. It's a universal truth about everyone being fair and equal, both in dignity and rights, which is a central declaration of the United Nations. The flag itself is a rainbow, which is traditionally a symbol of hope. And what we're about in Liberate is uniting communities. We've had a number of meetings with interfaith groups, and it was very interesting to hear your thought for the day today, which was on a par with what we're trying to promote. It's about promoting understanding about prejudice and the damage that has on the fabric of society in terms of mental health and family life, in terms of people who are ostracised maybe by their families for who they are or who they love. And if it helps one student or one employee or one person to actually have the courage to come out to their fellows and actually hopefully be accepted by them, then we think this day will have achieved a lot.
And Ellie, sitting alongside Martin in the studio here, how do you go about getting the permission of the states to fly the flag outside states' buildings?
We actually had the Chief Minister come to one of our monthly meetings. Was it last month, Martin?
Yes.
Yeah, and we just asked him, basically, and he was willing to do that to help raise awareness. And we're also going into the launch of the consultation for Union Seville, so it was helping raise awareness for everything.
Yeah.
Really.
That actually is the issue that's been raised to me, that actually there are political changes going on within the states and looking for support for legislation and such like. And there are people who say, hey, should we be supporting a political move like this? And so has the instruction to fly the flag, has it come from the Chief Minister or the head of the civil service? Who's told states buildings they need to fly the flag?
Well, we asked the Chief Minister whether he'd be willing to fly the flag from states buildings, and so the Chief Minister responded and said he was happy to do that. So the instruction has come from the Chief Minister, obviously. We very much welcome that. I think it shows the strength of his convictions in terms of fairness and equality. And, I mean, he has been on a journey himself. He's a pastor of a local church, and we've been told by him that he has a member of his family who's gay. And basically, he's been on a journey of understanding, and this is what Liberate is about. It's not thinking everyone's going to accept LGBT people straight away, but hopefully through dialogue, through understanding, through conversation with people, that we can actually promote a better understanding of where we're coming from.
And the rainbow flag, or the rainbow tie, which in fact you're wearing the studio, and you've got your lapel badge on as well. And each of those stripes has a meaning as well, doesn't it?
They do, yes. You've put me on the spot. I'm not sure exactly which ones are which. Martin's actually probably more of a connoisseur of these things, so he can probably tell you.
It's like a quiz today, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think, each colour has a meaning, and it was designed by a person in San Francisco in 1978, I think, and has since been adopted by the international LGBT community. So colours such as red represent sexuality, other colours represent spirituality, etc. But you can go onto our website, www.liberate.gg, there's a plug, to actually find out more about LGBT history and also about the flag itself.
And this has been, 30 36 years in the making globally, and your organisation's been going, what, since, is it February that you launched
February,
locally?
yes.
I mean, how much progress do you think you've made in Guernsey, Ellie?
We've made a massive amount of progress just through awareness and help. I mean, we've got a huge support section to Liberate, and I was shocked at the amount of people that have come forward for help and support, that they just feel not accepted or that they can't come out. And days like this just make that more acceptable and people more willing to sort of talk about things and be a bit more open.
Are younger people more willing to talk about it than older people, or vice versa?
We've had some great contacts from a couple of the schools, where the schools have actually, the children from the school have got in touch. And the Hub have just launched an initiative that's coming out today that one of our members is involved in. So that's going to be sort of reported later, I think.
So this time next week, Martin, what are you expecting to see? Flags flying, people dressed in bright colours?
Yes, a very colourful Guernsey. People just being bright and vibrant on a dull November day.
Okay, thank you both very much indeed for talking to us this morning. And you did mention your website, liberate.gg.
That's correct.
All right, thank you both indeed for coming in, Martin and Ellie. BBC Radio Guernsey, it's 8:32.